Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to be reading The Duck Nest. And this is day 3 in lesson 11 of our Unit 3 Decodable Reader. Before we do that, we're going to have a little lesson to see if you can read some words with inflectional endings. So let's put this down and look at some inflectional endings. So inflectional endings are word parts that you put at the end of a word to make it change its meaning somehow. Makes the word a little bit different. For example, if you put an S at the end of nouns, it changes those nouns so that they mean more than one. Dog, dogs. And I think you knew about how the S changes singular words into plural words by adding S's. But there's other words that you'll learn about later and a little bit on this lesson, like fox. To make fox mean more than one fox, you have to add an ES. Foxes, foxes. So both S and ES are inflectional endings, and they're used to make words mean more than one. Now, S can also be used to tell you that something is happening right now in the present. For example, this word says yells. The coach yells at the player to run faster. Or waters. This is happening right now. My son waters the garden. Or hops. The bunny hops to the other side of the yard. Okay, so S and ES are inflectional endings, word parts that go at the end to change the meaning a little bit. Okay, so you can also add ED to a word to make it mean that it already happened. It happened in the past. Okay, this says hoped. I hoped, and it should have been hope. Okay, I hoped that my mother would not die. My mom got very old and she died. I hoped that she didn't, but she did anyway. So, or you could say talked. Yesterday, the teacher talked about why rules are important. So ed can be added to the end to make it so that everyone knows that it already happened. Talked. Okay, this one says watered. He watered the plant. Let's do one more. Yelled. Yesterday, the coach yelled at the player for not running fast. Okay, finally we have this inflectional ending. This one says "een." You can use this one to show that something is happening right now in the present. Like the coach is yelling at him to run faster. This says watering. Watering. Here's the base word, water, and then we put the inflectional ending at the end to change it. Watering. He's watering the garden. What does this one say? Talking. Talking. This says hoping. I'm hoping that you get better soon. Hoping. Okay, so boys and girls, that's your lesson on inflectional endings. One more thing, and you just have to know this. Someone just has to tell you that this inflectional ending ed, 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 it makes 3 sounds at the end of words. For example, in the story, let me see, jumped, jumped. Okay, so sometimes ed makes the t sound, like in jumped. Okay, let's go down to this one. Asked. What did that ed sound like? A t. Asked. This word says filled. Filled. Well, that ed spells the d sound. Okay, we don't have an example over here of ed saying ed, but let's see if I can find one over here for you. Here's one for you. It says, sometimes ed says ed. He wanted a computer. Sometimes ed says ed. Wanted. Wanted. So that just is to show you ed makes three sounds. D, t, and ed. Okay, so let's just read this whole list of words that has inflectional endings at the end of it. Are you ready? These are in our story. Jumped, jumping, asked, filled, cracked, cracks, and Mrs. Mrs. Okay, let's read our story together now. You ready? And let me turn this off over here. Okay, ready? Read. The duck nest. What? There's a grandma and maybe a granddaughter? Beth Ann was with Graham. Beth Ann jumped and jumped. Then Beth Ann quit jumping. Oh. Is that a nest? Beth Ann asked Graham. Yes, said Graham. It is a duck nest filled with eggs. Graham, is that egg cracked? Asked Beth Ann. Yes, said Graham. That egg has lots of cracks. Oh, I think it's because something was hatching out of the egg, this little duckling. Look at this little duck. Look at this little duck, said Graham. Where is its mom? Beth Ann asked. I bet it misses its mom. Not far, said Graham. That big duck must be its mom. She will not come back with us here. Graham and Beth Ann left. Mom Duck had a bug. Did that little duck get that bug? Yes. Yum, yum. Okay, thanks for reading with me, boys and girls. Until next time, bye-bye.